Hello and welcome to the Sallie Tomato YouTube channel. I'm Kate and today's tutorial is a really easy accessory for your picnic blanket using our Blanket Pal pattern. I'll show you how to shape and assemble the main straps, assemble the connector strap with rivet loops, and put the carrier together. In no time at all, your blanket will be ready for the next picnic or outdoor excursion. Jamie, Jess's business partner, designed this accessory so that he and his family could quickly grab a blanket for one of the kids' soccer games or even lunch at a local park. Be sure to purchase the pattern before beginning your project. The pattern and your supplies can be purchased from our website or request them at your local quilt shop. Are you ready to get started? Remember, you can always pause the video if you need a little more sewing time. But gather your supplies, open that pattern, and let's get started. Okay, on to fabrics. The pattern calls for one main fabric. But don't feel limited. Have fun picking out some colors. This is a great project for featuring your favorite team or school colors, and you could certainly choose to use more than one or two. First, you're going to cut out two piece A main straps, and if your fabric is wider than the measurement or dimension listed in your pattern, you are certainly welcome to cut those straps longer. It'll fit a larger blanket beautifully. Then you'll also cut one piece B for a connector strap and then 4 piece C rivet loops. Then we're going to prepare the template. Be sure to trace or copy the Blanket Pal strap template onto heavy paper or cardstock if you'd like. And then we'll use that template in just a minute to shape the main straps. First, fold one piece A main strap wrong sides together to create a narrower strap. Align the raw edges using basting spray, basting tape, or glue, in addition to sewing clips to prevent the layers from shifting. Position the template aligned at one end of the strap and then trace the curved end of the template. Alright, at the sewing machine, top stitch the long sides and the curved marked end with a narrow allowance. Be sure to refer to your pattern for the recommended seam allowances and the stitch lengths. And you'll repeat these steps for the remaining main strap. Trim the shaped end following the marked lines, and then we can move on to assembling the straps. On the unsewn end of the strap, mark in from one short end and in from each side edge to create a rectangular U shape. Now the instructions say to cut away the rectangle shape, but our testers Donna, Krupa, and Sarah all recommend that you do this top stitching first. It's much easier and the layers stay perfectly even. So also make note, if you're making a different width strap, you'll need to adjust your measurements slightly so that the U shape or the rectangle shape cutout still measures the dimension listed in your pattern. And then I'll also refer to these two extensions as arms going forwards just as they are in your pattern. Alright, let's go to the machine. Top stitch around each arm, starting and stopping a little ways from the short end of the strap, and that exact distance is listed in your pattern. Try using a Teflon foot for better results when top stitching on the layers of Cork Fabric or Faux Leather. And now, just as our testers recommended, trim away that rectangle shape. You'll notice it was so easy to stitch. Now with right sides up, wrap the arms over the belt buckle pin bar with the cutout against the pin. Hold the layers in place with a couple sewing clips and then top stitch across the strap, making sure to catch the arms underneath. And then if you'd like to add rivets, just punch and install those rivets, and you can always watch a tutorial on more rivet details on our YouTube channel. And then while I'm at the machine, I'm also going to top stitch the rivet loops. This is where you place a pair of the rivet loop pieces wrong sides together and use a little basting tape or basting spray and just top stitch along the outer edges. Let's get back to the work table. Use a rotary punch to punch holes down the center length of the strap, starting in from the tail end and spacing them equally apart down the length of the strap. You may certainly mark the placement first with a removable pen like I did, because I know I can't punch holes in a straight line, and punch 5 or 6 holes, or as many as you wish. If your blanket roll measurement is considerably smaller than the cutting height of the strap, a few extra holes may be helpful. And you can always punch them later if needed. And what I'm doing here is I'm actually stacking the straps together and punching all the layers. That way I'll have both straps pretty close to identical. Let's put the main straps aside for a few minutes and we'll move on to assemble the connector strap. Fold the piece B connector strap wrong sides together to create a narrower strap. Align the raw edges, again using basting spray, basting tape, or glue, in addition to sewing clips to hold the layers together. Then position the strap template aligned at the short end of the connector strap and trace the curved end. And you're going to repeat that tracing at the opposite end as well, so both ends will be marked. Then we're going to go to the machine, top stitch along the long sides and both curved marked ends with a narrow allowance, and then you can trim those curved ends following the marked lines. Then we're going to measure and mark in from each curved end of the connector strap using a removable pen or chalk. And if you'd like, you can draw a line centered between the long edges or just little marks. We're going to mark through those marks, creating cross marks. Now just punch small holes at each cross mark, so you'll have 2 cross marks at opposite ends of your connector strap. And then mark in from each end on the rivet loops. Be sure to punch a small hole in each of those marks as well. Now place the rivet loop on the right side of the connector strap. You're going to align and install the rivets. The rivets are going to hold this little rivet loop in place. And again, if you've never installed rivets before, I do recommend watching Jess's video tutorial on how to install rivets. You'll find her right on our YouTube channel. Congratulations! This is the last step. It's time to assemble your blanket pal. Thread each main strap under a rivet loop. I'm leaving the blanket pal open and the wrong side up on the table for now. Then fold and roll your blanket. Place the roll on the main straps. Now bring the strap ends around the blanket through the buckle, and then snug up the straps in the buckles, and you're ready to head out the door. I know Jamie and all of us here at Sallie Tomato would love to see a photo of your finished project. So be sure to send a photo to us, hashtag Sallie Tomato or hashtag Blanket Pal Carrier. I think the blanket pal would make a great gift holding a new sports blanket or a new quilt, even a new yoga mat. Thank you, Jamie, for such a great accessory to encourage us to get outside and enjoy. And thank you for sewing with me today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and make something fun today.